Alright, so Clown in a Cornfield is technically a knockoff to Children of the Corn. Well, not really a knockoff, but actually kind of feels like that similar vibe. Children of the Corn, Clown in the Cornfield. So, Clown in the Cornfield is about a young girl um, and her father. They end up moving to this town in this new house. And of course, she's trying to start a new life because her mother died like a year or so ago, and goes to a new school, makes a bunch of friends, and the friends that she has are basically pranksters. So she goes there and she noticed that like the town is kind of weird. Like basically, for example, like her teacher, for example, is a straight up asshole, and then you got the sheriff who is like a straight up asshole as well. So there's a bunch of assholes in this town in this movie. But basically, it's basically people getting killed off one by one by this clown, and there was like some sort of legend at one point, like about a clown in a cornfield that killed this couple like 30 some years ago. But it gets pretty interesting, probably at least like 40 or 50 minutes. I mean, it wasn't boring. It wasn't boring. But it kind of like gets really like crazy and like in the mid half of the movie. I gotta say though, this movie was not what I was expecting. I was thinking more of this was kind of like being like a Pennywise movie, like a supernatural horror movie. I wasn't like expecting like a whole bunch of like slicing and dicing, like that kind of movie. But this movie was mainly, it did have that vibe to Children of the Corn. They even reference it in the movie. One of the kids in the movie actually even references it in the movie. But it was also, in a way, it sort of also had that kind of feel to like, it sort of kind of felt like a Rob Zombie movie too. House of a Thousand Corpses. What was the other one he did? I think it was called 31. I think that 31 is the one where that was a clown movie, I do believe. It sort of had that. Of course, it wasn't like violent, like like Rob Zombie has like all of his movies, like a bunch of cursing every like 5 seconds. It just kind of like had that feel because I don't want to get into too much detail, but it just had that kind of vibe to it. If you've seen it, you get exactly what I'm talking about. But I had a blast with this one. Not a lot of, and this was also a Shudder original, I do believe. Also from ROJ Entertainment, because not a lot of Shudder movies go out in theaters. I think I saw a couple in theaters. For the one I saw last year was Shudder, I do believe. It's a Wonderful Knife with a Christmas slasher movie. And then last year, what was that movie? I can't remember what it was called now. It was the movie where it was kind of like the late night show the whole time, kind of like had that feel to it. I forget what it was called, but if you know what I'm talking about, if you guys have seen that one. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a blast with it. Some of it was actually kind of creepy, and I was amazed with how many people were in the theater to see this, because movies like that, not a lot of people will go into the theater for that one. But yeah, I enjoyed it. On scale 1 to 10, I give it a 10 out of 10. I just loved it. Had a blast. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.